All right, today, Linux. It's a Linux day. Every day's a Linux day, but I think today I'm gonna look at maybe doing a little work on the Linux book, linuxbook.com. Yeah, see how that's going. Maybe look through my videos, add those in, parse out a couple more chapters. Right now, I added Drive's file system chapter. As mounting and some other things are kind of bouncing around in my head, and then maybe some other stuff I might add in there as well. I like to get at least 10 chapters out before we do a first edition of this thing, but oof, ah, just continue on with that. Also, another thing is standardization for the operating system I'm on, because I think I should make this a template for folks as well. So those are the two things I'm looking at that might
Yeah, well,
might help.
to do
Dan,
the
how's it going? Thanks for the sub, man. Oh, getting everything put back on. Here we go. There we are. All right. So this is looking good though. As far as my hypershell, I think I might change a few things there. I've got a new video coming out there. Let's close that out. And this one, I'm not sure what. In the middle of a commit. I don't remember. Good morning, good afternoon from SoCal. All right, man. Hopefully it's nice there. Probably. SoCal's always nice, usually. A little rainy here. Now, I'm doing good, man. It's been a good day. Just been a little sluggish, but not too bad. I've gotten a thumbnail done, new video done. So I'm feeling like I'm getting more productive. I've been trying to set up a little more time, and yeah, just churning through. Ah, running Arch rolling release now. Nice, Blout. Arch is, man, I have a hard time really using anything that's not Arch these days. It just really just scratches that itch for me. Don't know why, but it does. What are the changes I made here? Oh, yeah. Added all that FS tab stuff, and then I think I fixed a few things with these changes. So let's just do a commit. Drives commit. And just to make sure, this is... Yes. That's with a private repo. Cool. Yeah, let's commit those changes, sync them up. Time to chill, all right. Windows 11 Pro user here. Hey, me too, man. Me too. That is a very common thing. Although, I get a lot of comments. The whole, in the Windows realm, y'all know what the, by the way, I use Arch is for Windows? The by the way I use Arch for Windows is, by the way, I use Windows LTSC. I swear, anybody that uses LTSC has to tell you about using Windows LTSC.
yeah, well,
Those are the Arch
to
users
do the
of Windows. Three Aaron, thank you for the sub, man. Yeah, it's true though. It's true. And LTSC I don't really talk about too much because I mean pretty much everybody just like pirates or mass graves LTSC these days. Occasionally, probably someone uses like some shady gray CD key website probably to do it, but I can appreciate LTSC. I could just see YouTube coming back and just striking my channel over and over for making LTSC videos, though. But LTSC is really good out of the box. So if you can use LTSC, I think that's fine. man, I think let's see. There we go. Yeah, trying to get back into it. It's going well though. I'm slowly churning through everything, getting back in the swing of things. But I'm happy with how everything's going. I did want to pull up just to give some ideas for the Linux thing. I do have a playlist of Linux videos. I kind of want to just see what's in there. God, I've made so many Linux videos over the years. Where? There's general Linux videos with 167. Learning Linux terminal. 14 of those. I'll have to look through. I kind of remember most of these, so some of them will be good. Some of them won't for adding in there. Some I might just redo. But the idea is to have a video for each section. And I know I have videos for damn near everything. Let's see, what else? Here, let's just go 50. All right, Linux basics, that's 9. Let's just... FOSS programs we could talk about. Meh. What else we have? Oh my god, these are old. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go Linux basic videos and look through that playlist. It's got 100 and something. 167. Oh, Linux tutorial videos, 170. Here we go. Made 170 tutorial videos. Damn. Let's these are sorted by view. X265. Oh, we got what? We got a new package? Get out. X265? No kidding. That's already installed on my end. All right, good stuff. 265 is awesome. Most people don't even... I think most people know about X265. Most people might use X264 still, but I mean, 265 is just as good as quality. It's like half the size. So I use 265 all the time. I was looking at actually re-encoding all my movies in 265, and then I was like, oh, I got like 1,000 something movies on my NAS, and I'm like, dude, re-encoding all these to 265 is going to be such a headache. I'd rather just buy a new hard drive. So, I could batch it and just like set a dedicated box to sit there and churn over like several months, but then I'm like, how much energy is that going to cost me? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that, Zach. Let me get Chatterino up. That's kind of a cool idea. Huh. Let's see. Let's go alias. And all right. And what I like to do, let's do a single quote for that. Oh, it's single quoted, so let's double quote it. Yeah, I see what you did there. We'll go double quote. Yay, preview times 1, preview window down 74. This is kind of an interesting alias. Let's source our bash RC. Yay, F, and then X265. Let's see what it does. Oh, interesting. So let's go yay F. Oh wait, you go yay F, and then you just type it in. So then you're like, hey, I want X2645, and then it kind of gives you the readout of it, and then the different packages with X265. So let's say I was looking for Chatterino 2. Bro, that's pretty legit right there, I gotta say. And look at the depends on. It even gives you the dependencies just listed out. Now that's, dude, that's clutch. I like it. Wow. Where is my bash RC? Oh, yeah. So it is in my bash. Ah, so this one's here. I'm adding that EAF addition. Stealing it. Yoink. It is now part of my repos. Much appreciated. I find bash RC tricky. You know, I really love bash. Like, I've used ZSH, I've used Fish, I've used them all. I really just always come back to bash. I know it's like the de facto standard, but it's a standard for a reason. It's really easy to use and really easy to modify, I find. And maybe that's just because I know a lot of bash and I've used a lot of bash, but I love bash. I don't think I could ever switch. Environmental variables? Well, it depends on what you're using. Like if you're using KDE, GNOME, they have like a special spot to put environmental variables. Hyperland, you can put them in your Hyperland config file. Or if you just don't even want to worry about environmental variables, you'd always just do like a vim etc environment. And then these things will get declared no matter what. So like, let's say you're having a problem with an environment variable, just you're constantly trying to get it declared on every single startup, or you're having issues, just put it in etc environment and then it's set forever and ever and ever, which is nice. Like I even made a script because I was having problems with locales. Gist.github.com. I think I made a gist of it. Maybe. Shoot. What are my gists? Hopefully nothing too damning in here. Oh, I don't remember making that. Remove BG Python script. Yikes. PowerShell disable. Mango HUD. PyCom conf. Old PyCon. Encrypt grub. Ugh. Gross. BKB.sh. That was a compression file script with progress bar. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go older. There was one in here for locale. Linux Mac. Ugh. God, I've been all over the place. Yeah, this is it. This was one of my scripts for fixing the locale. Because I kept having issues with the stupid locale not being specified in my thing. Now, you should be able to do like a locale-gen to do it like this, and it would be fine. So what I always do to specify English UTF-8 is I would just use this all the time and then just have it. It's so easy. So I just grab this and be like, hey, let's fix our locale. And then be like, cool. Fix locale. Sudo fix locale. So then this would generate all the locales if you're having any kind of issues. Sometimes you don't have like collation or collate, where your directories, when it's listed in your file, where all of the capital letters are before your lowercase letters. That's a collation issue, and generating your locale should fix it. And if it doesn't, I think it's this lc all command that has that issue, where you might have a, let me see if I can't, let's go home and see. So yeah, this one has exactly the issue I'm talking about. You see how the directories are listed right here, and then the lowercase are right below it. You can do a locale collate for that to fix it. And if we look at our environment, that script should have added that, and we also have that. So I think if we just quit. Let's quit this, quit that, and then kill it, and then have it relaunch. Now, fixed. So now you can see with the new locale generation relaunching our window manager, now you can see the A, B, C, D, and they're properly sorted, where the uppercase and lowercase are intertwined properly. Just it's like a stupid annoying thing that I noticed that happens on a lot of Linux installs when you do it. Anyways, fun. You are a little too dark, bro. Have you ever used Twitch Downloader? No. That'd be interesting. I'm sure you can do a Python script. Hell, you could probably vibe code something. Oh yeah, my shirt. Yeah. Probably shouldn't wear a black shirt on a green screen, but whatever. Got the nice outline. Oh well. Take my shirt off. That's about all I can do to fix it. Turn it into an OnlyFans stream. But yeah, that's about it. It has chat rendering to MP4, which is cool. That's neat. Chris, I bet all my life savings that someone will rip the Windows image from the new Xbox handheld and make it available for generic hardware. Yeah. So like the Windows image for Xbox handheld, we might see something like that, and I think Microsoft would be okay with it. I don't think they really want to lock that down, because it's a closed ecosystem. So getting into Xbox, I mean, they're getting their money. They don't care about the software and what it's installed on. Hell, the new Xbox handheld, they might even sell at a loss. And it's just like a loss leader to where they want to capture more people into their environment. So if I was Microsoft, here's how I would play it. If I was an evil corporate overlord, here's how I would play the Xbox handheld. I would do the handheld. It probably wouldn't be very profitable. And then I would leak a lot of the source and different things and make the engineers actually make it as universal as possible, so then people could install on a whole bunch of different software and then be like, we don't want to support that. We don't know what's going on with that. But then everyone could install the Xbox software everywhere. And the beauty of that is then all of a sudden everyone else is doing the work for you, and they're adding that user into your closed ecosystem. So then you capture even more money, because the money's all made from the software, not the hardware. So they would love it. They would love it to have Xbox software everywhere. It's like installing Windows on a bunch of shit. It's just a good capture of a user. So yeah. So you can see Xbox OS desktop. Oh my god. I mean, I would obviously cover that. That would be right up my alley. Like, I don't do much with hardware these days. Occasionally I get a bunch of like cheap mini PCs and stuff. just because I'm just fascinated with APUs. Most desktops and other stuff like that I don't review because I just am so jaded by that current state of gaming PCs. So a lot of my stuff is more APU driven from a hardware perspective, where I look at that, where I think that's going to be the future of many things. You okay out there? Oh no. Is it okay? I don't know what's happening out there. The wife seems like she's having troubles. Do you need my assistance? Okay. I didn't hear any broken glass, so I think it's okay. Just hear wife's out in the garage. Just hear her like rattling. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Hey Chris, you green NAS with Proxmox. Do you recommend that instead of Synology NAS? There's a big push. I guess I should talk about this. Should really talk about this. I'm in a lot of YouTube groups with other YouTubers. We all talk to each other. Imagine that, right? So we talk about sponsorships and everything, completely open. Like, hey, I'm getting this much, you're getting that much. Oh, okay. Well, what's going on there? So there's a lot of back and forth. And I got to tell you, Synology really screwed the pooch with this whole proprietary drive where you have to have like a Synology drive to update firmware. I'm talking, I've had some of the YouTubers just straight up send emails to Synology and be like, listen, I can't cover your product. You guys are just toxic right now. So Synology's just screwed from a residential standpoint, and from many YouTubers. Nobody's going to cover them just because I've always enjoyed Synology, mind you. I've always had good relations with them. I've always, hell, I have one back there. I have one over here. But I would not make a YouTube video about them anymore until they fix something, because man, they got to walk that back. And I think they're sticking to their guns about doing the whole proprietary Synology drive on the firmware updates. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, they're going to struggle. As far as Ugreen goes, they send out tons of free shit to all the YouTubers. So most of the opinions you see on Ugreen are probably not, well, hell, everybody likes getting free shit, right? So I kind of struggle with this, and that's why I also don't do very many hardware reviews. So I don't want to overstep my bounds here. But I mean, Ugreen, I've never gone out and bought it, so I can't really tell you anything about it other than I would never buy it in a business because I haven't really used it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Now, having said that, I need to probably look at them more, but to look at a device properly, I think you almost have to go and buy the device and then really, really use it. And the current state of YouTube's pretty rough in that regard, because everything kind of gets sent to you, and it's hard to give an unbiased opinion when something's sent to you, because you kind of feel like you want to put it in a positive light when it's sent to you, where if you buy it, you can just completely roast the hell out of it. Like this piece of crap phone, the minimal phone. You suck. I really want it to be better, and I need to update it. But this pile of crap, I will eventually do a review video on, because I spent my hard-earned money on it. And if it was sent to me, I would be like, it's not so bad. I would have already made that video probably. But since I paid $300 for this piece of crap, I just want it to work. Maybe someday. There's a difference there of opinion when you do actual review. And I don't think you can do a review, honestly, without paying for the product, because that's your hard-earned money you put towards it to do the review. I know a lot of people are not going to like me saying that, but it's true. Oh yeah, what's the Linux books? Linuxbook.com. Let me pull that up. Sorry. go on these weird tangents. That's just how I roll. Yeah, the sponsors. I like sponsor block. If you guys ever do watch people on YouTube, sponsor block is clutch, man. Like sponsor block, whew. I tell you what, that's nice. So as soon as people are like, have you heard, are you struggling with mental health, and start doing like some BetterHelp crap, sponsor block just skips over all of that. So then you're like, bloop, skips all of it and just immediately goes right to the next part of the video. And you're like, thanks, sponsor block, you're awesome. So any big YouTuber has sponsor block already notated out. So then you skip all those stupid things, all the sponsor spots. I'm getting paid by Google. You still use Chrome. Man, I've given up. I've given up on the search for a good browser. I hope one day I will just find something I actually, you know, not even like, that I think's okay. I just want a browser that I think's okay. If I could find that browser, I would use that browser. But as it is today, all browsers just suck. They suck balls. Suck so hard, more than anything has ever sucked. The state of internet browsers is just abysmal. Hate them all. They all are just terrible. Some worse than others, but most of them just meh. Fingers crossed on Ladybird. Maybe another couple years on Ladybird. That might be good. Yeah, I'm really rooting for Ladybird, but as far as Firefox, Chrome, man, we're just got heaping piles of shit covered everywhere in the browser space, and it's just like, well, that one doesn't smell as bad as that one over. Oh yeah, that was bad too. Maybe this one. No, maybe this one. I don't know. Yeah, oh, that one over there is just terrible. Microsoft makes that one? Yeah, let's not use that one. Oh, it's already installed if you're on Windows and you just can't get rid of it. Okay, well, that makes sense. Oh, Firefox? They did something stupid? Oh, okay. Oh, look, they're covering politics again because that's really a good idea as a business. Oh, Firefox, man. They need to start drug testing people. Brave. Oh, they're in some crypto crap again. Great. Fantastic. Maybe they'll put some shady stuff. Is Brave still doing the whole link thing where they're replacing links when you go to websites so they can get affiliate revenue? Or did they stop that? Maybe not. Google Chrome spies on you. Oh, can we install uBlock anymore? No. uBlock Lite works, but not regular uBlock. Okay, great, Chrome. Who else we got here? Oh, okay. Oh, here's this no-name knockoff run by one or two people that we could try and use. It got updated 6 months ago and only has about 1,000 different security vulnerabilities. We could try that. That'd be great. Yeah, that's the current state of browsers. Zen browser. Yeah, sure. Until they figure out there's no money to be made in browsers, and then all of a sudden Firefox does something stupid and screws up their fork. Yeah, man, it's just browsers are just, there's no good browser. There just isn't. They're all just different heaping piles of crap. And that's just where we're at in today's world. And I don't mean to be that jaded. I'm just telling you how it is. There just isn't a good browser. They all suck. They're just different levels of suck. What's your opinion of iOS 26? I don't know. I don't really use Apple. Maybe one time. Maybe one time I will use it in the future. Political wear. Yeah. Well, you know, I think I talked about this a little bit, where when it comes to politics and stuff, it's adult brain rot these days. you know, people like, I want to stay informed. And then they just turn into weird zombies that just parrot whatever their favorite news source of the day is. They don't actually read anymore. They aren't educated. They just end up being mindless drones sitting here trying to ruin society. And that's my opinion of modern day politics. You know? So whenever I start seeing like political language, I'm like, I'm out. Deuces. I'm like, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to go read a book. You have fun with that news source of yours that is totally not biased, because they all are. Don't matter what side of the aisle you're on. They're all crazy. It's just different levels of crazy. Now we're getting back to the browser talk. Same thing. Bring back Netscape, man. I would love that. I would absolutely love bringing back Netscape. Oh my gosh. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. One thing I did want to do while we're here, while I'm thinking of it, I did want to fix my, like this, I don't think is really of any use on my thing. Like having this pop up where I can scroll through and launch stuff. The only thing I can think of is if I lose my keyboard, I'll be able to launch into stuff. But then I'm like, is that really even worth it? I feel like I should take that start menu off. What do we think? Is there anything else I think I want from this? I really think this is about as good as it gets for what I want to do. Let's go code. Oh, man. Super Micro. Yeah, I used to order them all the time, Bing. When it came to white box hardware, inexpensive. I think I was using like Servers Direct for a lot of businesses. It was great. This is back when the, what, 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. Instead of buying Dell, I was just going direct to Servers Direct, where I was getting it all. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. Humans are never change. Have you watched A Brief Disagreement on YouTube? You forgot to roast Tor browser. Oh, thanks, Caleb. I forgot. The slowest browser on Earth is where Tor browser is. Did I leave that one out? Okay. I think we got it. What do you think of VS Code going open source? Ah, that's cool. I'm here for it. Anything going open source is always a good thing. I switched back to VS Code from Cursor. I was using Cursor for the longest time, but it just, I don't know, man. It just kept taking over, and I was just like, this doesn't feel good. I don't like this. So I ended up going to VS Code, which now it has like the Cursor prompt stuff. If I want to pull in something, like, hey, I want to reference something from like Claude or Copilot or whatever LLM I want to use. It's all baked in now to VS Code, which why would I pay for Cursor if I'm not using Agent and I'm not using like, I think Cursor's a little faster, but I really hate Agent and how it just kind of takes control of your code and just starts going wild. But Cursor is by far the premier vibe coding experience when it comes to IDEs. I really just like chat. I just like to be like, hey, I just want to ask a question, and then I want to feel what your answer is. And then if it's a decent enough answer, I might just copy a couple lines, or I might just apply it if it's just a very small change. But when it starts going crazy, I'm like, okay, just cancel request. I'm done with that. Let's move on. And that's how I kind of like to use it. So VS Code actually works really well for me in my current workflow. I really enjoy it. You know, one of these days I'll try Catchy. One of these days. One of these years, I should say. I think the big thing I really hate about Cursor too, and this is such a funny thing too, why don't they have a sync? Like, I use 5 different computers. Not having a sync just sucks. And that's another thing where I'm like, I just want all my extensions and settings and crap to carry from one computer to the next. And it seems like VS Code and my own spin of NeoVim, where I just clone my repo, those are the only things that really sync really well from computer to computer, where most other IDEs don't, unless I'm missing something there. I bet like JetBrains probably has a sync too, I would imagine, because most real programmers do use JetBrains products as well for an IDE. I know a lot of programmers. I don't know if they use them anymore though. I haven't really chatted with real programmers in a minute. Yeah, JetBrains has it. I figured, Adam. I was just like, because that would be a kind of an essential thing if you're actually coding. Like, you want to set up your new IDE and just go wherever you're at, and having that sync really makes it easy. Let's see here. All right. For the sync, let's fix Hyperland real fast. Let's just open recent. I think I really kind of want to redo my Titus one too, and redo this. Maybe even pull in the bar. Change out like quick shell. Where is old quick shell? That's weird. This version's not doing proper collation anymore. Huh. Anyways. All right, let's go home. Quick shell. So for quick shell, we got the different types of blocks. I don't think I'm going to delete my menu block because I might find a use for this. Application scroll menu. But I think I don't really like the current implementation of it. So let's change the bar around. That was workspace time. Systray. What was I using for that call? Was it Systray? No. Systray is this guy right here. It's test.qml. Huh. Okay, that's still working. That's working. Icon was it. So this is what I was using to capture all my programs and list them there. It's not too bad from a filtration, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. So let's go back to bar and see where that's referenced. I think it's icon. I don't think it's actually declared. I think it just pulls it in. Left side row layouts. Have a look at this config. All right, let me take a look, Har. Three days ago. Oh, let's see. Ooh. That's pretty dope. See, that's what I'm feeling. Wow. Somebody did a labor of love there. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get it. Any Linux Rice, you get the anime. That's pretty cool, though. I really like it. A little too much going on for my taste, but I gotta say, it's neat, right? Sorry. Yeah. What others? Well, let's go quick shell and see what else we have. My problem with a lot of rices is I just want something kind of basic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's just doing a widget with quick shell. It's like a Mac OS style. Would do rectangle fried rice. All right, anime again, anime girl. There we go. Let's see what we got. God bless. Makes me think all Linux users are just a bunch of weirdos, but all right. It's okay. I like the implementation of the audio. Oh, okay. Power savings neat. Tyler looks hilarious. Oh, that one's kind of neat. Hey, my son likes anime. I get it. Yeah, there's quite a bit to learn on QuickShell, but it's neat though. I really like it from that perspective. This guy has dot files for it. I don't think I would want to take this one. I just like to see what's kind of possible with it. Which one do I pick on? Okay, now let's go. Next one. Here we go. Next rice down the list. This one's called Magic Girl. I'm not gonna get trouble on my. Of course, yeah. I'm also noticing a trend here with NixOS people. Hate to generalize, but got a weird fan base. That's pretty neat. One more time. Huh. All right, let's go to the next one. Trying vertical bar. What do you think? All right, let's see what this one is. These are all quick shell, by the way, from search. This one's a little cleaner. Okay. I like that. Huh. I wonder why you didn't go full screen on the spawn. I mean, we could always change that if needed, though. So strange on the padding. Wow. I like it, though. I like the icon for the window as well. Little misknown fact right over here. Instead of the title, he's doing just icons. Progress right. Wow. I like the OSD. That's really awesome. Man. So this one would be very easy to modify. I really like how he programmed this up. Oh, that's clean. What do y'all think of that? One more time. That one, this one looks really, really good. So I like this version of it. I'd fix the gaps, obviously. A little more no nonsense. Some of the OSD is a little overkill, but that's okay. It's very easy to take stuff away. I'll get rid of animations. And... oh, that's cool, though. Wow. I wonder what that launcher looks like. Oh, I think he actually pulled it up for a second here. Let's see. So this is him just changing a few things. I think he just goes through the OSD here. Yeah. And then for the launcher, I really thought he did a good job with it. Okay. He didn't actually click on the launcher. I wonder what's in his launcher menu. %30 RAM on idle is wild. Man, I kind of want to download this one. Let's give it a whirl. Wallpaper, Damon. Just using GTK3. Color generator. Monogen. I don't think I've used. Oh. Layer shell's just AGS. Meh. I thought this was a quick shell. I was lied to. Never mind. Don't click that. We're into the NSFW realm. Okay. In this one, oh, God bless. All right. Well, that's that. I'm not trying to get banned here. I'm so happy I stopped caring. Welcome to the club. Have you used SXWM? It's a window manager that sucks even less than DWM. Oh, that's cool. I've actually been pretty happy with Hyperland using QuickShell. That's the thing I've really kind of enjoyed. I wish I could make a better menu. I'm just not much of a designer. I think if I was into anime girls, I could make a cleaner looking, better window. But I'm not. And I am just a very functional dude to where I just like, hey, I just wanted to click and go to the place and show me what I needed to show. So this is the best I can do. How about anime cats? Now we're talking. Black Star, anime cats, right up my thing. Yeah. I think we've been on Hyperland for a month now. That's by far the longest I've actually been on it. So, I mean, we're doing all right. But I do want to fix this. Shoot. I think I'm going to remove that icon. Let's go to the bar block. I bet you it's listed here. Although how Hyperland does stuff is a little odd. Because if we go icon... So that's system tray. If we look at blocks.icon. Ah, okay. Here's the row layout. So what we can do is just be like, bloop, and get rid of it. We might add it back in, but I don't really ever use that, and I feel like it's bloat. So now we just have this. Nothing really else I want. It kind of just gives me exactly what I need, and, you know, less things to go wrong. So I think I'll just remove that icon from there. Let's go Z quick shell. Oh, that's right. I was fixing my battery on my laptop. So let's go lazy G. Hide icon menu. Let's get that pushed. All right, cool. So very easy. Hyperland's stable as long as you don't add a bunch of crap to it. I think that's just like the Linux motto, I should say. Linux is really stable if you don't add a bunch of crap to it. I think that's true with any operating system. It's stable, but the more crap you add to it, the less stable it gets. So like the catch-22 here obviously is like something like Windows. There's just so much crap. You can't ever get back to like a minimal state. You can get kind of close, but never quite there. Or Linux, you can just start in a minimal state, and then it's like, okay, how can I screw this up? Let's not do that. Let's just add exactly what I need. No more, no less. And you're going to have the perfect system. So yeah, I think that's good. How do you use swap? If so, how big? It depends. Swap's not needed if you have enough memory. Like, I have 64 gigs of memory. I really don't need a swap file. So I don't really care about swap. Although, do I have swap? Can't remember. Do I show swap here? No, I don't even have a swap. So you could do like a swap file creation and then do like an MK swap to make the swap. It'd be fine. So like 16 gigs, I would have a swap. And I would probably make the swap equivalent to my memory. So let's say I have 16 gigs of memory, I'd have a 16 gig swap file. If I have 32 gigs of memory and I'm still kind of running into memory problems every once in a while, I'll have a 32 gig swap file. I'm not a huge fan of swap partitions. I know some people in the Linux realm are like, hey, you got to have a swap partition if you're going to do swap. Not true. And you really don't see any performance gain from having a swap partition. You'd think you would, but you don't. I tested it. So I would probably just do a swap file. You know, you can just do like a DD swap file and then do MK swap to create that file. And then I think it's like swap on and you're good to go. And then if you want to use your swap file more, which I don't know why you do that, or probably less is probably the more accurate, like only when you're really getting low on thing, you can actually change what's called swappiness. And then it changes how often it will try to use your swap file. So typically I adjust swappiness to be a little bit on the lower end, so it doesn't use it unless absolutely needed. Obviously in this instance, this computer's never going to run out of memory. I'm never worried about it. ZRAM or no ZRAM? I don't really, I need to look more into it. I haven't done enough testing to give you a definitive yes or no on that. I ran Llama 3, Mistral, DeepSeek on my machines with 24 gigs of RAM. The swap definitely is used and the machine is screaming, but it didn't crash. Hey, it's something. Hell is less than it says the game run on RTX 4090 DLS 30 frames. I think gaming is not worth it anymore. Gaming, man, it's just not in a good state. And the problem is the programmers and the companies behind the games. I think indie developers are the only thing I give money to anymore. Any AAA studio, just all they're doing is churning out just shit. And the programmers behind there just don't care. They just are just vibe coding the shit out of everything, I feel like. Because every game that's coming out this past year has just run like complete dog shit. It's been awful. And devs are just unbelievably sloppy now. So maybe it's just like an old man yells at cloud moment, but modern gaming is just absolute garbage. And I think you play an old game or give money to an indie dev, but do not buy a modern game these days. I'm done. I'm just done with modern games. I'm getting off my soapbox now. I just can't. I'm done with modern graphics cards. I'm done with modern gaming. Both are in an absolute irreparable state, and it's going to take years, if not decades, to fix. And I'm just not here for that. I just can't. I can't deal with that or them anymore. I'm done. So, hey, GTA 6 is coming out. It's going to run like ass. You got Skyrim 15 or Elder Scrolls 6, I think, actually. Sorry. Yeah, no, it's going to suck. It's going to ruin everybody's day. I can't. I just can't. Although I did buy Oblivion. So I can't. I mean, I guess I can. But, it's rough. It's rough. Low expectations, to say the least. It's gonna suck and you're gonna play it regardless. Probably. GTA 6 will probably be optimized. Rockstar has good quality standards. Really? Really? You still have faith in AAA gaming studios? Really? I wish I could rewind the clock and not be as jaded as I am right now and still hold hope. But this is just a burnt out man that has had his hopes and dreams crushed so many times over and 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 over again. For the past 10 years, it's been this way. Every release comes out, except Elden Ring. Elden Ring was really good. But every other release that's come out, I'm just like, oh. Well, maybe they'll patch it. Maybe it'll become good in 3 years, like Cyberpunk. Or... you know, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. But you never know. You never know. But we know. Yeah, I mean, FromSoft has its own flavor and whatnot. It seems like their games are always somewhat good. Albeit it's like this clunky system that's like unique enough to where we're like, at least they did something original, and at least it doesn't crash, and at least it runs at 60 frames. That's where we're at, where we're like, that's a good release. What a sad state of affairs. 10 years ago, we're sitting there on like CSGO going, man, it's 250 frames per second on my 970. Man, I wish I could get 280 frames. So we went from that after 5 generations to the current absolute cluster that we're in now. To say we stepped backwards, it's more like we stepped off a cliff backwards. It's just, rough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Ranson. Like, I think so. Here's what's happened. Here's what's happened. The graphics manufacturers like really can't do much in the way of speed, and we're not seeing noticeable upticks. We need another hook to steal people's money, because we really can't provide much of a better product than what we're already providing. So let's either make the current product worse or find another hook in. Well, maybe if we spent like millions of dollars into ray tracing. This technology is unproven. Everyone kind of doesn't even know if it does anything, or they know when they turn it on, it just tanks everything. But maybe we can like get all the game developers, the engines on board, and then bake all that into our cards and give something to the customer that nobody ever even asked for, nobody even really needs. Because if you've noticed, 10, 15-year-old games look almost damn near as good as they do now without ray tracing. So like you see ray tracing off, ray tracing on, you're going to sit there and struggle to find the difference. And you're like, so you got to spend $1,000 more to have the ray tracing on with worse performance. And it's like, why is that even a thing? It's obviously bad technology. Like, it shouldn't even be added to games. We should have just completely rejected it. But here we are. I don't see a point. Same thing, like, and now we have like frame generation, which adds like a muddiness or kind of a blur factor to some games. And they're fake frames, they're not real frames, and they're being sold as real frames. Again, a bait and switch. And I'm just like, what are we even doing anymore? What are we doing? Like, why are we giving them money? Like, just no more. Just cut them off. Don't stop buying games, stop buying graphics cards. I'm just to that point. I'll just die on that hill. I'm done. Yeah. It's not like I don't have good tech. Like, this is 4070 Super in here. Now, I didn't buy it. It was sent to me, but still. Like, I did buy my 7800 XT. So I did buy my AMD card inside. So, but I'm like, all right. I don't think this generation's going to be it. Maybe when they actually start making good products ever again, or some other maybe Intel come step up their game. I don't know. It's like, I hate motion blur. I hate lens flares. Level of detail, awful. Like, there's all these settings in games where I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, just take all this crap off. Nobody likes it. It's just like people that don't know what it is and goes, ooh, level of detail, I want that on. I like things being blurry behind, like I'm looking through a freaking 16 mil lens, because that's fun. No, we're playing a damn game. We don't need depth of field blur. It's stupid. Motion blur. Well, in racing games, it's okay. Everything else, bad. Lens flares. What are we? Hod Towers lackey? No, we don't want lens flares. I mean, fake frames from frame generation. I mean, if you can't give me real frames, I guess I'll take fake frames, but I'm going to do it begrudgingly. And then Unreal 5 just playing complete ass. Like, what are they doing on the generation side of things? Like, making games just absolute nightmare. You got these teams of 200 people that can't make a damn game that's worth a flip, where 30-man teams 10, 15 years ago made games 30, 50 times better than the 200-man teams, making a game that runs half as good on a gameplay that's completely so uninspiring. You're just sitting there going, well, I can see where the money grab is here. Okay, I've seen this mechanic. I can see they didn't take any risks. Same mechanic over and over and over again. We're waiting for Call of Duty 23 to drop. I mean, we're sitting in a dystopian future of mediocrity and enshittification of games that I can't even wrap my brain around. I can't get excited about. I just have a hard time covering. This is what jaded looks like. The tech field did it to me. The gaming industry did it to me. They all suck. Support to any dev. If it's made by one man, it might be a good game. Or maybe a team of 5 people or 10 people. Any more than that, I'm just out. All right, rant off. I think everyone is just like, oh damn, this guy's just off his rocker. I'm out. No Man's Sky. Yeah. I loved the video they did on No Man's Sky, how it released in an unplayable state and they just slowly made it a good game over like, what is it, like 8 years now or something? So, I mean, that's kind of cool. All right. We got quick shell fixed. I like this. I think this is good. I kind of want to... So I'm using Hyper, Kitty, Dunst, Rovi. What am I using for my run command now? I'm not even using Hyper Paper anymore. SWW is what I'm using. What are you trying to do? I think I'm going to update Hyperland Titus and just do that. Oh, yeah. You can pull them. I wanted to just make a base one here. Let me pull them for you. I think it's just quick shell. Yeah, there they are. Let me drop them in the chat for you. Yeah, oh, you know what? I never even checked. Did anybody... No issues, no pull requests. Not too many people are using it. I think if I made like a dot file that built all this out and then deployed it for people automatically, it might be better. Thinking. Get on that. Yeah, for Arch. This has been good, though. I really like this config. All right, so what are we using mainly for our config? Let's look at our Hyperland comp file. I put everything in one file, so it makes it pretty darn easy. Quick shell. We have our wallpaper daemon, and then setting it. So that's our auto start. Environment variables, pretty straightforward. Look and feel, it's just how I set the gaps and border. Animations disabled. Input current bindings. That all looks very good. I did add Grim for my screenshot, which is working pretty well. And I don't think there's really anything else I want to add. I kind of want to keep this as basic as possible, as that's my goal. So instead of copy and rices, my idea was to kind of keep everything as simple and not complex at all. So let's say take all of this. Let's get that. Environment variables, look and feel. Smart gaps. I think we'll delete this line. Dwindle, master layout. See if there's anything else I kind of want to clean up here. Workspaces. I think I'll leave those links to those rules. That's just nice to have for quick reference. And yeah, the rest I think I'm going to leave. I probably will separate key bindings out eventually. But right now it's like, hey, I like just having it all in one file. I'm not sitting there bouncing around, and I don't like overly complex configs. So that makes sense. So, oh, but when I am looking at that, I'm using Alacrity, Thunar, which Thunar doesn't have any changes. Alacrity does, but those are done via my Linux toolbox. That's fine. I'm using Fuzzle. I didn't even realize. That's super obscure. I think Puzzle, huh? An app launcher, fuzzy finder for Wayland, inspired by Rofi and D menu. Huh. Do we remember why I chose Fuzzle? Or was it just because someone pasted it in chat? I can't remember. I genuinely do not remember why I was using Fuzzle. Because it sounds funny. That sounds like something I would do. Okay. I mean, it works. It's nice. Is it an arch? Yeah. So, Fuzzle. So you can see, yeah, it's an extra repository. So it's in base, arch. Has the link to Codeberg. Pretty basic dependencies. Hey, you know, I don't think there's really anything to complain about. Very small package, only a couple 100 kilobyte, not even a meg. That's why I picked it, I think. Pretty simple. Why mess up simple? All right, so we got Fuzzle. What other things do we have? So Fuzzle, Alacrity we already have. I think we'll just install Fuzzle with this. Are we using Dunst at all? I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm not using Dunst in here at all. I suppose I could use like a Dunst script or something in here. Huh. That is too many dependencies, not gonna lie. Well, I mean, with Wayland, man. Wayland has just more dependencies in general. You helped me with past videos of digital aliens and laser beams that really destroyed my trust in computers. I'm thankful for your support and help you do. You do good work. Keep helping others. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man. Think final. What are you using for your notification daemon? I'm not. I don't think I have any notification daemon. I think it is Dunst though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Dunst. Yeah, no. It doesn't bloat the system for sure. I think I'm just doing that. So you can go. Yeah, so just to notify send from Dunst, I think. But I don't think I have anything that actually sends notifications. I probably should do like a notify send whenever I do like a screenshot. Let's vibe code it, huh? See Phoenix in chat. I'll show you my new vibe code, Phoenix. You're gonna love it. So we'll just do this. Here's my new method of vibe coding. Add, notify, send for after screenshot made. Copilot vibe coding. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Let's see what it does. It's not the fastest thing, but hey, it does seem to work. And I kind of like it. It's very simple. Adds everything I need. Yeah. You can do local. You can also, I was using continue extension for local LLMs. I wanted to set up my own LLM local just for simple tasks like this. Like that's what I really use it for, is just the menial stuff where I'm like, I just don't feel like doing it. It's not that it's any kind of complex. It just sometimes it's like, oh, hey. Or sometimes it does stupid stuff like this. Why is there two? But I mean, it gets most of the way there. You know? So then, well, let's say we do mod key P. Screenshot full screen. Saved. Oh, when they do it like this, maybe it does. Let's try. Maybe it does 2 lines. Yeah. Okay. Screenshot, full screen, saved. So then when I do this one, area screenshot saved. Perfect. Awesome. So there we go. So Dunst, notify, send. Is there anything else I wanted to? Not really. I think that's the only notify, send I need. Again, super duper minimal is what I'm going for. Remember, you were heating up the earth. That's true. That is very true, Phoenix. The cursor stuff took over too much. The agent mode, I hated. And I know it's faster. But a lot of times, I just liked looking at the suggestions it would make to kind of just give me some ideas. And cursors seemed to take over. And it was especially true when you went to debugging something and it would read the output and then it would just start. It was like someone, like an alien in the machine kind of thing. And I was just like, oh, this feels gross. I can't do it. And I just was like, all right, I'm dumping cursor and going to VS Code. At least I just want to ask questions every once in a while, or maybe do like a, hey, add quotes around all this crap in here. Or, hey, make it consistent like this one over here. That's cool. That just is menial stuff that doesn't require any brain power. It just takes a long time to do. And if AI can just go fix that real fast for me, great. That's what I want to use it for. the other part where the agent
Yeah,
takes
well,
over, it was
the
too
duty
much.
binds.
Didn't care for it. Gaiman, thanks for the Prime, man. So then I go to the second best drug. Agreed. So I was like, that and Phoenix, when they added this to VS Code, this is all free too. So I can use Claude 3.5 over here, ask questions all day long, never get timed out, never get slow rolled from too many requests or, oh, you used this much. It's just like, here you go. So I never have to worry about that ever happening. So I can just ask whatever questions I want, get whatever stupid responses I get, and then be like, okay, cool, I'm done, and then move back. Super fast. I like it. Oh yeah, fast fetch in terminal. I love it. So good. So now that we know we're just using Dunst and a few other things, let's fix our dot config. So Dunst, sure. Hyper. Let's remove hyper. Let's remove kitty. Let's remove pipewire. Let's remove Rofi. Let's remove, what's wlog out? Oh, I think I actually made this. That might be good. That's AUR. MIT license. What was the last update? 2024. Do people even use wlogout anymore? I feel like we should use quick shell instead of wlogout. So I think we're going to remove wlogout. All right, so now we have that. So really just Dunst, which, let's just copy Dunst. We'll just copy this over into our home.config. Oh, yeah. Let's just remove. Okay. So now when we do our screenshot, is that just the stock default? Did I configure? It's just the defaults. I'm not even changing anything. Why did I even add this? Chris, what are you doing, bro? Huh. Okay. I just deleted pretty much my entire dot config. That's hilarious. All right, let's go copy dot config. Let's go hyper and hyperland to, actually we'll just copy that to here. Okay, so we got hyper over here. I think fuzzle is also needed. Fuzzle. All right, so we got fuzzle hyper. And then the quick shell we're going to clone because it's its own repo. I think that's it. So this is an absolute bare bones minimal. You only have one file configuration for Hyperland. Fuzzle, which is what we use for the menu, which is this guy right here. And that's only 200 kilobytes. Hyperland, bare bones with quick shell. Also doesn't use very much, I don't believe. Yeah. What's quick shell use? Quick shell uses 200 megs. A little heavier, but we can do so much with it. Yeah, I gotta add those commands. I fail as a streamer. I'm in the middle of an IT admin developer tech support exam. My school program is weird. Well, I haven't taken a test in almost, dude, 8 years now. I think my last IT certification exam was Citrix in 2016. And I think it was like Citrix 6.5, which got obsoleted the same damn year because Citrix 7 changed pretty much everything. Almost all my certs are like ungodly old at this point. ServiceNow sysadmin cert. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of the company ServiceNow. Like Kaseya or some crap? Oh, it's a ticketing system. Okay. I think I always used Plex for that. Or what Plex? What's the open source ticket system that's available to everybody? Hesk? No, not Jira. Ugh, gross. Jira's popular. I always used... Yeah, I thought it was Hesk. I've used Jenkins before too. I'm not a big, huge fan. Help desk system. I thought it was Hesk. Sysaid. Huh. I thought Hesk had a community edition. Did they close source this? Am I the only one that's ever used this damn software? Or maybe this is not even what I'm thinking about. It'd be funny if I just imagined it. I think that's... I don't remember Sysaid. Oh. Arkansas.gov uses it. Must be good. Nah, Hesk is free PHP. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. When on Linux is fatal, you know the hotkeys. Or can you be mouse and keyboard like you can on Windows? Pretty much you need to know, at least to get TTY gaming. So like, let's say something happens and like stuff just stops responding and I don't have a mouse and keyboard. On Windows, typically you just pound Control Delete a couple times or Control Shift Escape to pull up Task Manager and then try and kill the task that way. In Linux, typically you go to TTY when stuff becomes unresponsive. So you'd hold Control Alt and then hit like F2, F3, F4, something like that. Those are different TTYs corresponding to the number you use on the F key. And then when it drops to that, let's just show you. So this would be like TTY2. So then you just log in again. And then you go, we can just pull up BTOP. And then let's say it was something with Quick Shell. I would just find that, come into here, and then you can terminate or kill it right here. And then relaunch into your window manager or just, I think it's like, let's see, was it TTY? Yeah. TTY1 in Arch. Sometimes it's TTY7 to get back to GUI. So it depends on the distro. Some distros like TTY7 for the GUI. Some like TTY1. Give or take. So that's just a good back and forth when you do run stuff. Or you can just do pkill user and just kill all the tasks if you don't know what the hell's causing the lockup. That's also a good one too, Phoenix. I love pkill-u in user. Oh, the StartX life. Night DM, no nothing. Yeah, I'm the same way, Phoenix. I don't even use that. I just... No. I use greetd. I think this one's set up with greetd, actually. Yeah. So I'm using greetd on this one, Phoenix. Anyways, well, that's a good trip down memory lane for the help desk. Whoever's in chat. I do believe Hess does still have a community edition that's open source and free, but I don't know if it's any good these days. Probably using Jira or something like that's probably the way to go. Some of the stuff I used to use is just probably ungodly dated. I remember, oh God, anybody use Nagios? This thing was just ancient back when I was using it. I couldn't imagine. There's probably some legacy systems out there still using this crap. It was cool. Way back in the day. It looks like it's still getting updates. Did they ever get rid of their community edition? Because this was another one where you could just do free. Was it Nagios Core? No, still open source monitoring solution for IT. So they still have it. So you could get Core and then build out all the stuff manually. So I would just download the Core one. I remember I went to a company and they were spending just stupid amounts of money on monitoring. I want to say they were using, what was that one that got hacked? And all the user info got leaked to everywhere. It cost a stupid amount of money, and it was a monitoring service. My sister even worked at the company. That's the funny part. Yeah, the handwritten configs. I wouldn't use it these days. SolarWinds, yes, that's it. SolarWinds, man. Oh, yeah. So we switched that, and I remember back then I switched over to Nagios, and then the C-suite was just like, "Holy crap! That was like $50,000 a year you just saved." And I was like, "I'll take my raise now." Yeah, that was another one. And then also converting from, what's another expense that a lot of businesses use that just spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on telephony, like business phones. A lot of them use, I just can't think of businesses right now. This is the most popular VoIP service in the world, and it's just a pile of crap. I can't remember the service name now. I'll just type VoIP. It'll be the first result. I guarantee you they pay just a fortune in, I don't know, VoIP. Ring Central. Yeah, Ring Central was it. Awful. And they lock you in. They had like all this like pay to play features everywhere. And that was another one I converted. And we ended up saving, it was a sizable amount of money. And I tried to farm it out because I didn't really even care about the money savings, but I just couldn't find anybody that's worth a damn in telephony. And I just remember interviewing a couple people, and everybody's like, well, we would like to remain. They're like, no. I'm keeping the registrar. You're not porting my numbers anywhere. I'll give you the SIP registration, and then you can register that shit. And they're like, yeah, well, we need to control your SIP trunks and that. And I was like, no, that's not how that works at all. You can set it up for me, but I will want to control my SIP registration, and I need to have that locally. And they're like, no, we put it in our secure data center. I'm like, where's that at? And then they were like, well, it's on-prem at our business. I'm like, no, so you're not even using a freaking disaster recovery or anything? Nah, telephony, don't get me started. Holy shit. They're all just awful. Like, if anybody says I work in telephony, I'm just immediately scared of that person. I have run into just so many snake oil salesmen and just the worst technicians I've ever dealt with in telephony. Except for, I will say, there was one, but it was not really even telephony. We were using a traditional, I think it was like a T1 line. Not VoIP or SIP or any of that. So we were doing just a traditional analog line with like Nortel phones back in the day. Those were actually not so bad. Those guys were all right. The old school techs were okay. And I remember they were had the most beautiful wire management. They braided the wire. They did a great job. They set it all up. Oh, kudos to that guy. So I don't want to throw everybody under the bus, but in the VoIP space, I have yet to run into a good technician. I have yet to run into a good company. Everyone in the VoIP space has just been awful. Absolutely the worst. So I always just say, you know, I'll just do it. It's easier if I just do it. I don't care if it's 1,000 users. I'll just do it. Better than waiting fucking a month to get anything done and then getting charged outrageous fees and then losing all complete control when inevitably they don't even know how this shit works. So it's just like, anyways, yeah. Anywho, yeah, that's where it goes. Oh man, Spicework. I remember Spiceworks. That was funny. I used them for a help desk for like a hot minute. That was great. Vibe coded configs and nausea. You know, they probably wouldn't be that bad. There's probably a lot to work off of. Would you recommend a Red Hat distro or a Mac OS for browsing the net and general stuff like with no gaming? Probably Mac OS. Mac OS is really not bad if they're just wanting general gaming and price is no issue. But if you have like existing hardware you want to utilize, I mean, you could probably just toss any stable distro on there would be fine. Probably do like Debian or something. I have been super productive today. Very productive. Unbelievably productive, Phoenix. Look at what we've done. All right, we got our config files. What's our set hyper? What is this? Huh. Git packages. All right, Hyperland packages. Okay. NWG look, QT6CT, beta, JQ. File system, MPV, player CTL, PA mixer. This is noise suppression for voice. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna get rid of it. You know, I don't think we even need PA mixer, really. All right. Mate poll kit. Well, that's not right anymore. Isn't it just like hyper poll kit? What was that? Hyper poll kit agent. Okay. That was it, right? Yeah, HyperPocket Agent, NeoVim, View Noir, Noir. Yeah, that's it. I got it. I got it on the 10th try. Great English right here. Anything you want to automate. Ooh, that's a good one. That always gets me hyped up for programming. Something I like, just saving like 5 seconds doing something because I automated it. Oh my God, amazing. Good job. We were proud of you. I wonder what that is actually. View Noir. It was updated recently. A simple, fast, elegant image viewer programmer. Okay. Pavu Control, Thunar, FFmpeg, Thumbnailer, Tumblr, Thunar Archive plugin, XDG user directories, Nordic theme, Virus, Starship. All of that looks good. Oh, and then Fuzzle. And Fuzzle was in the extra, yeah. So we need to add Fuzzle. We'll put it over here. So we'll add Fuzzle. Yay, Paru. Uh-huh. All right. We don't have that. Don't have that. I don't know why I was copying Pipewire. That should be its own thing. All right. XDG portal. What? That shouldn't be a thing anymore. I think this is an older version of Hyperland that was set up. XDG portal. Hyperland. Yeah. So this should be here. Or actually, XDG desktop portal Hyperland. Okay. Hyper Picker. I don't think that's... This thing just completely hallucinated all this, didn't it? Did we... And yeah, we don't need Hyper Paper either. Yeah, we already got SWW. Okay. Everything that Copilot just added, I deleted. It was like, yeah, that looks good. Oh, no. None of that was good. Never mind. Delete. It's that efficiency I'm picking up with AI, Phoenix. I know how much you love it. All right. The rest of that looks fine. Do we even need to do that? I think Meslo's... All nerd fonts got added recently, right? Yeah, so this is the Meslo font, nerd font. I think. TTF Meslo. No, that's the nerd font one. So you'd want TTF Meslo right there. So instead of that, I would probably go with installing Meslo fonts. Dang, look at all this. That's crazy. That's what we used to do for Meslo fonts. That's nuts. Oh, and then SDDM. No. All right. Gosh, so much crap. Okay. Let's add TTF Meslo nerd. You know, I kind of want to do... I've been really on the JetBrains monospace wagon. This package right here, TTF JetBrains Mono Nerd. I'm kind of digging it, man. It's one of my newfound loves for fonts. So, oh. Why do I keep doing that? I keep just tabbing and then installing all these. But I need the nerd font version of them. So it's kind of like, well, nerd. See, I don't mind that. Fire a Code, Fire a Mono, Fire Sans. That's not so bad. Hack, Roboto Nerd, and then Ubuntu Mono Nerd. Although, are those even valid? I'm kind of sus to whether or not those are valid. So you got Roboto, Ubuntu. Oh, they're there. Fire a Code. I don't know about Fire a Mono though. Fire a. See, Fire a Mono Nerd, I don't think is there. Fire a Code probably is. But that's probably one word. Yeah. See? Stupid AI. Just always making shit up, isn't it? Alright, cool. Fire a Sans is not really a thing either. Or Hack. Hack Nerd, probably not either. That's fine, though. I'll allow that. Yes. What's the biggest internet company in the US, and which would you say is the best price for speed? Varies from place to place. Kansas City is probably going to be Google Fiber. However, depends on the area in KC. Dallas-Fort Worth going to be probably AT&T Fiber. AT&T has a pretty good, strong system here. Some places downtown, you could look at like Spectrum or some crap like that. The only ones where it's just bad is there's just so many resellers in the space. So more of your off-brand ones that you hear about that aren't what I just named are typically just resold through them. So they're just buying and leasing with a markup. So sadly, a lot of like subdivisions, apartments, those types of things go through these secondary middlemen, typically set up by just trying to think of all the different shady shit I've had over ISPs in the years. But yes, just go with the big dogs in the space. There's not any like great ISP out there. They all suck, kind of like browsers. And then the no-name ones that you hear about typically are just resellers of the big names with a markup. GVFS. Oh yeah, data caps. That's rough. Isn't Starlink going to be the fastest as soon as they get heavier satellites up into orbit, or is that bullcrap? Complete bullcrap. So, satellite internet is just fundamentally flawed. Don't get me wrong, and this is a subject I know very, very well because I did a lot of disaster work. So I used satellite internet. I've set up satellite internet. I've done telephony. I've done VPNs. I've done fax through frickin' satellite, which is an absolute nightmare, by the way. It's total crap because here's what you have to do to use any kind of satellite. Starlink is no exception here. You're sending a signal from where you are in the world to outer space, to outer frickin' space. It hits a mirror, it bounces off that mirror, and then goes to the knock. And the knock is somewhere, usually in like Michigan or a more centralized mass here in the North American sector. Obviously, if you're around the world, it's different, but same principle. And that's in a very geographically sound location with a bunch of redundancy, so it can always receive these satellite bounces. And there's an array, basically a ring of satellites in your area. And what Starlink has done is normally you'd have like, I think it was like 38 satellites that made the ring, and it was in really outer orbit kind of thing. So those satellites would go really slow, and it was really easy to get to them and bounce them for a relatively low cost comparatively for satellite. But the problem was the latency was 300 milliseconds, and that was if you were on like government satellites, which was great, which I was. And that worked well. But it was still 300 milliseconds. Data speeds still kind of sucked. 5 to 10 megabits per second, so nothing to write home about. And this was like 15 years ago now. Now, with Starlink, what they've done is they've brought the orbit from like way up here, and then they've dropped the orbit down to here. Now, the problem with going into lower orbit for satellites is, one, you reduce, instead of going all the way out here, you're coming to here. So instead of 300 milliseconds to go all the way out here, you can now bounce quicker and come down. The downside to having lower orbit is you need more satellites, right? So now you can bounce that signal. Instead of 300 milliseconds, now you have 100 milliseconds or 50 milliseconds if it's really, really low orbit. And you have all these satellites just kind of doing that to make up the mesh of Starlink. That is the fundamental technology. It sucks. It's just like, you can't beat physics, man. It's still, you're going to still have that latency from shooting that shit to outer space and then back down. Fiber is going to be infinitely faster. It's always going to perform better. It's just going to be better in general. Now, I don't want to shit on Starlink because it's just good to have options no matter where you're at. And that just decouples you from all these monopolistic ISPs that are local. So don't take this as, hey, you should never use Starlink. I'm glad it's an option. And if they don't cap, great. And it could be okay, but you're still going to have more latency than you ever would on a landline or a hardwired connection from either a fiber or cable setup. So you just can't beat that. And you just can't beat that technology. So Starlink will never be like the top ISP. It just won't ever happen. And that's if enough people hit it, you're going to get oversaturation, and it's going to be a huge problem. But I applaud their effort, and I think it's a good backup. Or if you're in a remote location, Starlink is an absolute godsend. But for normies, I think for van lifers, for people on like sailboats and going around the world, having Starlink, dude, absolutely amazing. But for you in your apartment or house using Starlink, it's just kind of stupid. Why would you do that to yourself? Just use what you got available. Hell, even radio, like if you want to decouple from like AT&T and cable and fiber and all that, even 5G is pretty damn fast. I would say that's going to be faster than a Starlink setup, especially if you're in a major metropolitan area. So from an internet perspective, I absolutely love it. Having options is great, but you always got to remember, hey, this is the technology backing each one. 5G gets oversaturated, and that's also another issue. Starlink can get oversaturated depending on where you're at and how many people are around you. I wouldn't want to use Starlink in like a really condensed, huge area, like a major city. That would probably not be great. But van life, sailboats, my God, Starlink would be number one. Rural, really out in the boonies, instead of having DSL or some kind of radio BS, be so much better. So yeah, absolutely great. But yeah, just depends. Yeah, Starlink has been a huge upgrade for those that can only get 4G. I mentioned 5G just because 5G setups, I know a lot of people in the city have replaced their AT&T fiber and Spectrum and all the other cable companies that kind of suck. And they don't care about getting a slight reduction in latency and speed for 5G setups and just doing radio. So you could do that in the city as well if you don't use much data. Me personally, I mean, come on, you know what I do. I need my fiber. If I don't get fiber, I'm just like, no, I need fiber. It's fiber or go home with me. But, you know, having said that, that's just my options. I have every option available, and, you know, obviously that's what you're going to pick. Yeah. Yeah. T-Mobile home internet had to dump Spectrum because they irritated me. Yeah. And I get that too. I'm with you, Uther. I hate Wi-Fi. I hate Wi-Fi with a dire passion. Give me hardwired. Give me hardwired fiber everywhere. I don't want Ethernet cables. I don't want anything. I just want fiber. All the things. so, so that's my go-to. And if I can't have fiber, I'll wire up something. I love wired. I love wiring everything. I don't care if I have to jump in a whole bunch of insulation. I'm doing wired, and that's great. Wi-Fi is, it is what it is. It's fine. If it's like some junky IoT device, I'll do Wi-Fi. It's not the end of the world. But if it's a laptop, kind of like, it has to be at least 6E probably. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion on those things. Oh, jeez. Copy files. What are we doing for? I feel like we need to add a Git. Oh, there is no Git here. Huh. You'd think US is all fiber, but no. Our internet's about right where our healthcare is globally. Which, to sum it up for you, not great. You know, could be better. Let's just leave it at that. Germany is worse. Yeah, I don't know. Depends on where you're at in the States. So yeah, it can be dicey. Healthcare is definitely worst. Yeah. Yeah. So true. Ah, man. So set hyper's good. I feel like, well, let's just vibe code the rest of this. We'll just open new file. Let's go into GitHub. Hyperland Titus. Yes. All right. Just copy this guy. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask. They're gonna need this. Let's git clone. Oh, actually, let's cd into .config. And we'll probably want to do like a git clone. Go Chris Titus Tac. And quick shell. Shoop. All right, great. And let's also do a git clone. Oh, whoa. Did we have fuzzle configs in here? I can't remember. Oh, we did have fuzzle. Okay. Oh, Chris, you are not in NeoVim. Going old school. NeoVim probably been a, no, NeoVim's pretty new actually compared to VS Code. VS Code's probably older than NeoVim at this point. Get fuzzle. So we got quick show. What else am I using here? We pretty much Hyperland fuzzle. I think that's about it really. Sky TV or Virgin Media? No. I don't think we have any of that here. You out in, it sounds like Australia to me. Australia has pretty good infrastructure, I thought. I've heard good things about Australia. And Google can be hit and miss. Sometimes Google gets oversaturated. I think my brother up in Kansas City, he said he wasn't very impressed with Google Fiber. Yeah, they converted to Verizon Fiber. Yeah, we have some Verizon Fiber here. I remember when Verizon Fiber was one of the first to the market here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I don't think there really was anything else in my config. This is pretty darn basic, man. Bluetooth. I think this is a good start. Let's run this from command just to give it a dry run. Would you ever move to a different part of America or to a different country to live? Absolutely. Absolutely. It depends on your current situations, what you have going on. I think it really just depends on opportunity. Job opportunity is why I made it to Dallas-Fort Worth. So I was able to find a lot of jobs here. So it's been great for me in the tech sector. But yeah, there's things I like about where I'm at, but I always like visiting other places too. So the only thing I would say, I hate really cold places. You know, that's where I'm at. Like, I just really despise shoveling snow, and I hate being cold. So I would consider moving anywhere except really cold. Like, Canada sounds like an absolute nightmare to me. However, when I visited Vancouver during the summer, I was like, this is amazing. I love it here. It's not 100 degrees. It's awesome. But I know those winters over there kind of suck. So, ideally, I think having two different places and going up north for the summer would be great. And then coming back here for that, you know, I think rich people figured it out. Shoveling keeps you warm. Oh, man, I still have nightmares as a kid when my mom would wake up and she'd drive over the snow in the driveway, and then she'd tell me to shovel the snow because she went to the store at like 6 in the morning or some crap. And then I'd be like out there. You'd shovel the easy parts, but with the tire tracks where you have to flip the shovel up and then sit there and scrape it out. And it was like, oh, this sucks. Anyways, shoveling snow, who would have thunk it? Not that much fun. However, that said, as a kid, sledding and all that was cool. My kids never got to live that, being in Texas. They get to see the snow for about 3 hours every 3 to 4 years, and then it's gone. You know, that's okay. This worked out pretty good. I just need to update my mirrors, it looks like. I just was making sure I was grabbing all the right packages. Okay. Let's, I just want to update this real fast. Just to make sure, and let's run that one more time. I just want to make sure we don't have an error. I think that error is just because of out-of-date cache. Arch Linux things, right? What parts of America have you lived, Chris? Kansas is where I'm born. But Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, all that whole region. Oklahoma for a short bit. Probably the worst place I've lived. Sorry, Oklahoma, but man, all you guys have is red dirt, and that's your claim to fame in fracking. West Texas, Central Texas, South Texas. That's about it, I think. So mostly just Midwest. I've visited a lot of places though, and I've had the fortune to, through my job, prior to YouTube, I've flown a lot of different places up north and east and west coast. So that's been good. No complaints with that. And I've enjoyed almost everywhere I visited except for New York. I don't like. Too many people, too crowded. Ugh. I hate the subway. It's just not my jam. And everywhere else has been pretty much okay. I'm trying to think if there's any other places I'm just not been a big fan of. I've had pretty good experiences everywhere I went where it was like, oh, this is new. This is cool. Yeah. Oh, Houston. Ugh, gross. Yeah, never mind. Agree with you, Rux. Houston, absolutely awful. Nobody lives in Houston on purpose, I don't think. Or the people that do live there that like it probably have never lived anywhere else, or, you know, some kind of mental disorder. That's all I gotta say. But then again, I live in Dallas-Fort Worth, so I moved there for a girlfriend. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, Houston is awful. Ugh. Agreed. Never mind. You jogged my memory there, Rux, when you said Houston. Not fun. This did work, by the way. All right. I think that's pretty good. Let's go Lazy G. Update to latest. Titus Hyperland config. Louisiana. You know, Louisiana's not so bad. Like, all the places I've been in Louisiana, there's been redeeming factors about it. Like New Orleans, I didn't care for. Like the city or like the whole Bourbon Street and all that, not my jam. But damn, the food in Louisiana, New Orleans was, oh, so good. Made up for everything. Didn't like pretty much anything else about New Orleans, but the food itself was amazing. They know what they're doing down there. And then like Northern Louisiana, damn near is another state. It's like a whole different country, really. So like the difference between South and North Louisiana is like light years. It's crazy. And there's like really cool parts of Louisiana in the north that I got to go into. I've even flown into a couple little lower, smaller cities there, and that's been nice. Like the beignets and other stuff there. Again, the food was still really good. And the rural part, I've always been kind of a country boy, so I like the more rural places. What about Maryland? You know, I don't think I've ever visited Maryland. I bet they have good pizza. Yeah, that's probably not so bad. Have you ever visited holidays anywhere in EU and beyond? When I was younger, in my 20s, I dated a Swedish au pair, and I went out and I guess I lived there for about a month, just about an hour north of Gothenburg in Sweden. That was fun, and I enjoyed that, my time out there. Flew through like Amsterdam and all that, but I wasn't able to spend much time in a lot of other places in the EU. I really like, I'd like to go visit though and do like a trip or something like that. Which I think that's on my bucket list. So yeah. I don't know about visiting now. I'm pretty sure visiting the EU would be a little bit rough. Americans and foreign countries right now probably not the best idea. So hopefully sometime in the future. But yeah. There's a EU BSD con. Yeah, no, I'd love to go. I'd love to visit. It would be amazing. I would enjoy it so much. Live directly in the Netherlands. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Life hack there, bingo. Put the Canadian flag. Just be like, beg. Uh-huh. Just gotta draw out those A's. I should be all right. Hey. Watch some LTT videos before I go, so I got good Canadian accent. About. That's more Minnesotan. But yeah. Oh, that's funny. I went during the summer when I visited Sweden, so it wasn't too bad. And we were able to swim. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I talk about cold. Minnesota. Oh my God. I did visit there in December. And I remember when I visited, it was before Google Maps was even a thing. So this was like early 2000s. And I remember, God, the snow out there was insane. I remember they shoveled snow so damn high you couldn't even read the damn street signs. People were communicating like, go down until you see the Burger King sign and hang a left. I was like, oh my God. So that was kind of insane. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I think this is good. I think I'm gonna shut down on Hyperland for the day. And Quick Shell was good. I enjoyed my time with Quick Shell as well. And then the book, I think the whole title of the screen was the Linux book. Sadly, I don't think we did jack. No, we did do an update. At the very start of the stream, we did an update to the book. So now there's a drive. Drives to the Linux book. Each day I'm trying to add just a little more to this. And I'm going to look at, I think I have a better FS video I can toss into here as well. So yeah, the FS tab configuration is something I wrote last night. So I probably need to error check some of that, but that looks pretty accurate. And I think it just grabbed my config for this one down here for an example. And I'll just keep building this out. If anybody does see something on here that you're like, oh, you know what, Titus, I would really like to know about this in Linux desktop, or hey, this kind of is something I always wanted to know more deeper dive on, just let me know. Hit it up. You can either put an issue in on the Linux book, I think Linux Book Publish is the GitHub for this. Yeah. So you can make an issue on here if there's something missing, or you want to go, hey, maybe add this to the book. We can do that too. Alrighty. Well, YouTube, let's drop you guys off, and then on Twitch we will keep going here and go raid somebody, right? System CTL user restart landmouse. I forgot. I have I'm using landmouse for the back and forth between my other system.